till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag. Horse stock is a tag.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Protocol 36. Today's video, we'll be talking about if the symbiote in Spider-Man PS4 is either alien or even could possibly be man-made. When I played Spider-Man PS4 for the first time, less than 3 years ago, and I saw the post-credit scene at the end of the game, I ultimately assumed that the symbiote in this universe was man-made, similar to the Ultimate comics. The reason why I thought that was because in the post-credit scene, as we see, the symbiote was used to keep Harry in a stable condition because of his illness, until Norman was able to perfect Devil's Breath to make it a proper cure before it was stolen and used as a bioweapon. And in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books by Brian Michael Bendis, the Venom symbiote in those comics were also man-made. However, instead of it being created by Oscorp, which the game pretty much make us think that's the case, it was created by Richard Parker and Eddie Brock Sr., who is Peter Parker's father and Eddie Brock's father respectively. So since Spider-Man PS4 were already taking a lot of elements from both 616 and the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books, as well as other adaptations of Spider-Man, for example the films, I thought that they were going to take that element of the Venom symbiote being man-made, but have it be created by Norman Osborn or someone in Oscorp. But after playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, I think I've come to a different conclusion, and that the Venom symbiote in Spider-Man PS4 could in fact be alien, like its original version in the 616 comics. The reason why I think this is because towards the end of Spider-Man Miles Morales, to stop the Tinkerer, we had to go to Oscorp Science Center, which was a science center where young people were able to submit their projects and win awards, and for Oscorp to show many different types of equipment and technology that they've created. Even though it's in renovation in the current timeline of the game, presumably even in Spider-Man PS4, via Miles' flashback, we do get to see the different types of space equipment and technology that Oscorp have created. For example, rocket ships, satellites, and etc. And even though some of it are models, for example the rocket ships, I do think this suggests that Oscorp have created those things, whether that be recently or in the past. Therefore, because of that, I think Oscorp might have not only used their tech to go to space, but also eventually find the Venom symbiote, which is how Oscorp got it in the first place. And after studying it for years, Norman most likely thought that this alien parasite could potentially be a medicine for someone like Harry, his son, which is why he's using it on him. I've probably had it for years, as I think Harry went to quote-unquote Europe months before Spider-Man PS4. So after Spider-Man Miles Morales, I definitely think that the Venom symbiote in the Marvel Spider-Man universe is alien of some kind, as I think that Oscorp was probably testing rocket ships or satellites in space just to see if it works, or possibly even went to space and potentially other planets, and eventually they stumbled across the Venom symbiote. And I think one of the astronauts that went to partner up with Oscorp was actually J. Jonah Jameson's son, John Jameson, as we do know that during the events of Spider-Man PS4 he's actually currently in space, thanks to the social media area of the game where there are multiple different Easter eggs, and you see that people are talking about how John Jameson is in space. So I think that since John Jameson is an astronaut, I do think that he went to space multiple times and possibly even made a deal with Oscorp one time, or possibly even still making a deal with Oscorp to go to space and eventually find the Venom symbiote. We know that in many different adaptations, John Jameson is pretty much the reason why the Venom symbiote stumbles across Earth, which eventually leads to Peter Parker finding it. We saw that in the 90s anime series, we saw that in Spectacular Spider-Man, and we also saw a version of that in the Venom film, though obviously the Venom symbiote in that film went to Eddie Brock instead. So I think that there's a chance. However, there's also a chance that it could be man-made. After all, Insomniac has taken a lot of elements from the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again with the Venom symbiote. But if I had to guess, I personally think that it is alien, since the Venom symbiote has always been alien, and I don't think that's something Insomniac wants to change. At the end of the day, I could still be wrong. However, what about you guys? Do you think the Venom symbiote in the Marvel Spider-Man universe is alien, or do you think it's man-made? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and want more, subscribe. To begin, Protocol 36.